current trend in the wearable market is quite interesting. After the last few years, what we found is people are taking a much greater interest in their health. But not just how many steps they're taking or how much movement they're making, but also their sleep, their stress levels, and maybe what they're eating. So you could say that the wearables market is coming of age now. On demographics for consumer wearables, we're finding that we're seeing a trend in the market where younger users are coming into the market at a much faster pace than before. Why is this the case? Well, wearables are able to cater for more aspects of your health now. So you can look after your stress management, you can have data that's really personal to you, but also you can keep track of what kind of metrics are most useful to you when you're exercising. And more young people want to have more data on themselves, and they want to achieve their goals in a really informed way and measures. So e-health, I think, is really about personalizing to you and making really useful things at an individual level rather than just generic data. I think wearables have had a really positive impact on consumer behavior. When you start to track and get informed as to your metrics, the behavior really changes positively because you're starting to get more informed, you're making different choices, and what Fitbit's been able to do is to really make some of the complex metrics in your life really quite simple. When it comes to expectations and what people really expect from their wearable, some things just haven't changed since the beginning. Accuracy of tracking, accuracy of heart rate has not changed. People want a product with a really good battery life, and many of our products have more than 6 days of battery life still. So apart from the basics that really work well, which Fitbit's always done, they're expecting more on their health, and they're expecting more passive metrics that maybe you don't have to just dig into the detail yourself. The watch and the wearable itself can serve you up the data you need. A great example is we now have PPG AFib detection, which is ultimately looking for signs of atrial fibrillation in irregular heart rhythms. And that's quite a hard one to digest if you're a consumer, because that was previously available maybe only in a hospital or at a doctor's appointment. Now we're checking passively on wearables for those symptoms of irregular heart rhythms. So the market is growing. It will continue to grow. Versus 10 years ago, the wearables market has become so relevant to so many people. So we expect the continued adoption of wearables, but to more people. And what do I mean by that? Wearables are for people, of course, who have potentially fitness and health goals, but often people are really starting on a health journey will come more and more into that market because the market is reaching a real crescendo point now where it's really mainstream and it's starting to become more and more popular. So we're expecting a lot more people to want to get into wearables in the future, and the signs are that's set to continue.